So I got asked to be here for the Brave Project, 6 weeks. We did a class and I called it Brave because we're having a conversation using the arts, performing arts, whether it be rapping, drama, just talking about policing. So power, policing, community, art, that's what the whole program is about.
Ray in itself provides a safe space for the youth to come and to dialogue. So I'm really excited about the Amplify project and the dialogue that Jermaine and Erik have been able to create with the youth.
Yeah, what would you say about that? Like, I'm supposed to be serve and protect, but they don't do that. They're just trying to like put you in jail.
Youths that are serving life sentence for murder, for life sentence for murder that they didn't do, but they were there at the spot where people that would do it and did not want to say what happened.
So then, wait, hold on. Yeah, ask your question. To have a program to dive into this discussion and kind of like know why, like what is the relationship with the police and young people here is cool.
Ray's been an essential part of this community for the youth that come here. We're one of the only sort of like services in this whole area.
There's always a barrier, right, between the community and the police. If we can somehow get to working on the same team, it'll benefit for both of us. I mean, things that happen in the community, some of the youth are scared to go to the police, and oftentimes when things happen in the community, police are scared to come to the community.
Now, Spek 1 and Shy Wisdom are actually from the West End. They're from where you're from. And they're about to share their message to the cops, their message to our people about what's going on, you know what I'm saying?
When I was your age, I thought I was invincible. You couldn't tell me nothing, you couldn't stop me from nothing, nothing could harm me. I felt I was bulletproof because I would chill with people who felt they were bulletproof. And we all felt that we were invincible. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I'm older now, I have a son now. That's the number one thing that stays on my mind is, do I get to go home to my son? Does his father get to come home and see him? You understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say the institution has changed, and if it has, it hasn't changed for the better. You understand what I'm saying? But I've changed. I'm not as reckless. I don't go out to certain places that I used to go out to. You feel me?
How do you feel about, like, when you see people that you care about get arrested?
When I see people that I care about get arrested, in the beginning it doesn't seem real. You understand what I'm saying? Until you realize that they're gone for more than a few months and a few years, and it's like, word. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, you will never know what it's like until you're on the inside. So it almost isn't real for the people on the outside.
Sure, I would talk to them, sure.
Do any of you care to? You do?
Not like, if I were to talk to them, I would be shy a little bit.
Right now, we pretty much have an all-star game. The kids in the community, we have a few rep teams. So we've gathered all the all-stars from each rep team to face the coaches, and that's what's going on. So all-star Trojans versus the coaches, how they classic today. So many things go on, especially in the city of Toronto. You got so much violence and things like that. If they're here, if they're using their time productively, it keeps them out of trouble. So that's what we really aim towards and what we gear for. The game of basketball made me develop so much skills that I utilize today. Hard work, determination, perseverance, things like that. Like I literally use that in my everyday life. So it was really important for me to gather such a program like this and have these kids come out and play.
It's this guy Emmanuel's been a part of the community for a long time, and he's always been giving back, man. And this is just a beautiful thing from him. Yeah. A good idea, and it's just for year one. And in 10 years, we're gonna remember this.
Me benefiting from such a program like this growing up, it's great to be able to give back and be able to set this up. We're trying to set up a police versus Trojans game where the police can actually play the players, get used to them, like understand their names, get used to that, so that relationship can definitely like adapt and get better as time goes on. So that's what we're working on next.
I was actually pretty impressed at how quickly, considering it was only 6 weeks, how quickly a lot of the youth did get excited and did feel like they could share. I've had sort of, short one-on-one conversations with the youth about their experiences in the neighborhood, about their interactions with police, but to hear them come together and to see youth that don't particularly or always participate, get on the microphone and actually, speak their truth was pretty amazing to me.
If you only listen to the song deep in my heart, a melody I start, but I